driving the KFC since they got their little green stuff going on. Y'all might go to Popeyes on me. Y'all might be like, shoot, bump coat, I'm gonna get me some chicken. See, that's why I love you. We got, let's see, B. Cole, Elise, hey, Rachel Dad, boom, Ashley, Serena, Tasha, Yvonne. What up, Terentia? What up, gorgeous people? Hey, deal of the hour. When you get the super stomach shredder, which is about one get one free, when you order within the hour, I'm going to give you the B12 supplement for energy. You're going to love it. So if you have no energy, like zero energy, where it's just like at the end of the day, you just like, this is you at the end of the day when it's just, yeah, that supplement is for you. So either you can DM me hashtag BOGO, or you can just text me on my private number, on my personal number, 864-710-1520, hashtag BOGO, because I love hearing from y'all. Because again, we family, and I love hearing from you. I love when you text me up and stuff like that. What's good? You need to go on, baby. I got you. Bring your pooch to the water. 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 That's the altar call to get your fight. I'm saying that's like my little altar call. That's like my pooch altar call. Will there be one? Will there be one? Will there be one? If you got a pooch to relinquish, a pooch to sacrifice, bring it to the altar. We're going to baptize it and just drown that thing. We going to drown it. And we ain't going to let it pop back up anymore. Let's bury that pooch. Let's get it gone, baby. No more pooch, no more love handles, no more back fat. Let's get it all gone. And here's the beautiful thing. We do it together. We do it together. So that's what's up. Now, I posted something earlier, and I want to get your take on it. And I want to, be honest now. I posted something, and it talked about 5 things you need to quit. 5 things you need to stop doing in order to be successful. 5 things you just need to leave alone to have some peace of mind. So I'm going to ask you, and you tell me, and you tell me which ones you need to leave alone. Either which one or which ones. Okay. 5 things you need to quit / divorce. Okay. And number 1 was trying to please everyone. If you're number 1 and you're guilty of trying to please everybody, forsaking yourself for the greater good of yourself, for people who don't even hardly appreciate it, or even feel kind of like you're entitled to doing certain things, put number 1, please, if that's you. Hey, Amina, if that's you, just put number 1. If you're guilty of number 1, if you are a 1 person, be honest. If you're a 1 person, post up 1. Now, here's number 2. Okay, this one came in at number 2. If you are a number 2, so put number 2. You fear change. Change scares the dog out of you. Change in location, change in jobs, change of situations, just mess you up. If you are a number 2, put number 2. If you're guilty now, put number 2. If you are a number 2. And if you want to come on, if you're on Facebook and you want to come on and you want to be a guest, you want to be my guest, say me, coach, and I'll put you in. You are number two. Put number two. Now, number three, if you're number three, put up number three. Okay. 5 things you need to quit doing. Number three, living in the past. If you're guilty of living in the past, you just, I'm not where I need to be because of what happened to me when I was a kid. Or I'd be so much further along had it not been for him. But that relationship dissolved about 5-10 years ago, but you're still talking about it like it's yesterday. Put number three. If you always feel like you're being punished for something you did years ago, even though you're not, but in your mind, you still paying for it, put number three. Number three. Now, number four. If you're guilty of number four, put number four. Okay? 5 things you need to quit doing. Number four. Putting yourself down. Putting yourself down. Michelle, I'm gonna bring you in. Putting yourself down. If you're guilty of always finding what's wrong with you, you always, calling yourself things such as dumb it. You're so stupid. Saying stuff like you're so stupid. Saying stuff like you so fat. I'm a fat ass. If you're guilty of constantly putting yourself down, in your mind having those conversations, saying stuff like, I'm not enough. There's no way in the world I can ever do that. And you constantly, talk bad about yourself. You put yourself down. Put number 4, please, if you're guilty of that. And again, if you're available to talk and you want to come on, I'll put you on. Because we talking about 5 things you need to quit doing. Number 5 on the list for 5 things you need to quit doing. Overthinking. Oh, I just see a bunch of 5s popping up. Overthinking. In other words, you could have the right answer. You could have the right answer in front of you. It's kind of like if I'm taking a written test and I put A and I know it's the right answer. By the time I finish talking about it, thinking about it, overprocessed it, I scratch it out and I put, maybe it's C. But how you take this test is pretty much indicative of how you do life. You have the right answer, but because you overthink it, you change the right answer and put the wrong answer because you done overthought that thing. You done overcooked it. So now you in trouble because you overthink stuff so much so that you suffer from paralysis through analysis. In other words, you can't do nothing because you done overthought that thing. How many 5s do we have? Hey, baby cakes, Dixie. Oh, we got some 5s. We got 1 and 3 through 5. Okay. So let me ask you this. Why do you do it? Why do you feel the need to try to please everyone? Why do you fear change? Why do you constantly live in the past? Why do you constantly put yourself down? And why do you overthink things? I'll wait for your answer. Why do you do those things? Let me see. What's going on, Liverpool, England? Hey, Lydia. Hey, Carolyn. Okay, Melissa says, because I always have. Okay. But let me give you something good, Melissa. At some point, you believed in the tooth fairy, right? At some point, you believed in Santa Claus, and from that point to that point, you had always believed that. But at some point, when you know better, you do better. When you know the truth, you live in your truth, right? So it's kind of like, okay, I used to be this way, but now uh, I'm living a different way, or I used to think this way. Now I'm thinking a different way. Sometimes you just gotta, sometimes you just gotta question how you live. You gotta question your thought process and ask yourself, if some of the things that I've been doing in the past, is it wrong? And is it hindering me from getting to my greater self? You gotta start asking yourself, dang, am I wrong? Is my thinking wrong? Is my process wrong? And if so, why don't I pivot out of that thing? Pivot out of that to pivot into something that's better, that's going to, because this list right here of things you need to quit doing, they're not helping you. That's not helping you. You putting yourself down, you living in fear, that's not helping you. And if you've always done that, at some point, you gotta pivot. Be like, shoot, okay, this ain't serving me. I need to do something else. Okay, let me see. Even when we ask amid the mindset shift, I realize what I need versus what I want. Yeah, at some point you just gotta say, is this helping me or is this hindering me? Is this stopping me from becoming my awesome, better self? And if it's a yes, you need to switch it. You need to change it. You acknowledge it, and then you move into some action, get some action about you, versus just always living the same way you've always lived, especially if it ain't producing nothing. Let me see. Sometimes I overthink because I try to look at stuff at all aspects. You waste your time doing all of that. You waste your time looking at everybody's point of view. You'll never get, look, now. And so, because it stops you in the sense of time. Okay, if I'm always looking at that person's perspective, but that person got a point too. Oh, wait a minute, but the people that you're taking into account and considering, they don't carry the same way. Everybody don't matter like that. You ask yourself, but what do I think? See, that's the question you need to be asking. Versus, what does she think? What does he think? Why does she feel that way? Why does he feel that way? Oh, but I gotta say, no. The magic question is, how do I feel? And is it valid? Because there's a reason why you feel a certain way. So you gotta take how you feel into consideration more so than any and everybody else, because everybody else ain't worried about you and how you thinking and how you feeling. So you need to be thinking about how you thinking and how you feeling. You need to consider yourself a little bit more versus spending time trying to rationalize how everybody feel, and then you don't water your own perspective down. You don't water down your own feelings because you're giving the same amount of weight to everybody else. So can we agree that these 5 things you're going to stop doing? You're going to work on it. You're going to stop doing it. You're going to stop trying to please everybody because you can't please everybody. You're going to stop fearing change because change is inevitable. You're going to stop living in the past. You're going to stop putting yourself down. If you agree to stop overthinking and overprocessing things because it has not served you, say, I got you, coach. Who's down? Who's down? Who's down? Who's with me? Who's with me? Who's with me? Because again, we're about improving all phases of life, baby. Good. You put, I agree to stop. Good. You put, let me see. I try to leave the past. hurts behind, and yet something happens and makes me bring it back to future thought. How do I stop? You got to have a funeral for your stuff. You hadn't had a funeral. You hadn't grieved your stuff away. You got to, like, when you put a body in the ground, you put it in the ground and it's done. You don't revisit it. You just bury it. You got to bury your past stuff because it's hindering from getting to your future stuff. Okay, it lies dormant. It's not doing nothing, but it serves as a reminder to stop you from moving forward. Anything that's stopping you from moving forward, you got to bury. You got to bury that thing. Have a funeral for it. Wear all black. Play some gangster land. This song's dedicated to my homie in that gangster lane. You got to get your 40 and tip the 40 in its memory. I'm just saying, that's how you get past it. Have yourself a good old funeral for your past stuff. Bury it. Do not go see it again ever in life. Wave it away. Say it was good, but it's the past. I'm just saying, your past stuff is cluttering up your future stuff. So don't let it do that. So that's what's up. So I love y'all tremendously. Again, get the Super Stomach Shredder membership so you can get the B12 for free. Inbox me, DM me. Hashtag BOGO, or just text me up 864-710-1520. Love y'all. I'm up out of here. Y'all be good. And let's continue to work on ourselves and improving. Deal? Love y'all. I'm gone.